Hello, welcome to the G.I. Joe New News Classified Reviews. My name is David T. Allen, or if you would like, Super Dave 817. If you would like to see more of this content, please like, share, and subscribe, and hit the notification button for future videos. Thank you and enjoy.
Hello, welcome to another episode of the G.I. Joe New News Classified Review. I am David Allen. We are here to talk about 134, the Iron Grenadier Bat. So if you would like, you can call me Super Dave. Hello, everybody in the chat. Thank you for joining me today. Happy New Year's. This is our first episode of the new year. I want to say thank you for everybody that has made this series what it has been over the last, several years that we've been doing this. So thank you. Again, we started with double Snake Eyes 0, and now we're up to 134. Good morning, Yo Joe Daddy. What's up, Super Dave? I had some internet problems. Gonna test again this afternoon to see if I can get on with you ASAP. All right. Good luck with that. Thank you. So where was I going? We have a redeco of the bat here, 134. Beautiful artwork. It's kind of got the head of the Arctic bat, which I know the Arctic bat is a little bit of a sticking point for you guys as well. I want to make sure that this video is clear because I had some people tell me there was a little bit of a glare or a couple of glares in my last video. So I hope if there's any issues with this video, let me know in the chat and I will do my best to fix it as we go along. So this is not going to be a very long video. It's because it's a redeco of the bat. So we have the target artwork, we have the QR code, the designations. Let's look at the designations again, see what they have to say. We have, I believe, the Stars and Stripes was environmental specialist. We have the burst, which is energy weapons. We have the hand-to-hand combat, and we have the castle, which I think is strategic. I don't have the castle on here right now, but I'm pretty sure it's strategic or some sort of maneuverability or something like that. The Rook Castle. Yeah, I don't have it. So I've got to look at my other designations and have that checked out there. But that is it for the Iron Grenadier bat. And then, let's see. Then we have the photography artwork. Now we saw this kind of photography a little bit behind the regular Iron Grenadier a couple of days ago. Good morning, Sean Jones. Happy New Year to you guys. Thanks for joining me again. We saw that the Iron Grenadier bat was on the way because he was in the back of the package of the regular Iron Grenadier. So they kind of foreshadowed that on the way. They've done that with several bats. They did it with the Arctic bat. They did it with this bat. So they don't mind letting us know as fans that we're getting more bats. Then there's a couple of call outs with the gold and the Iron Grenadier's logo. And I don't know if I mentioned it when we did the Iron Grenadier, but there is a bit of a logo that was on him, and I don't see the logo. Oh, yeah, there it is. You can barely see the logo on that arm there, but there it is. And the bat has the logo as well, because I don't know if I called that logo out or not. And you can see all the different bats back there. You can see the Destra's castle is back there. Good morning, Patrick Bryant outside 7416. Hello, Super Dave and chat. Happy New Year to all of you. Thank you very much. Same to you. Morning, Sean Jones. Thanks for joining us again. Hello. Let's see. So I think that's everything. And then we have the loadout on the front, Iron Grenadiers logo there, and then Iron Grenadiers bat. It looks really nice. I like this deco design and layout. Everybody's saying hello to everybody and Happy New Year's. So then we're going to get into this a little bit. I brought out a couple of other bats to show you the differences. I brought the Crimson bat, I brought the Python bat, because this is similar to those bats. So I wanted to give some examples of bats. And like I was saying earlier, so now we're up to 134. We started with 00 Snake Eyes. We've made it 134. And we've done 20 vintage or retro package figures. We've done 3 60th anniversary and legacy figures. So we got one of each of those coming up very shortly. Ready to see what Destro and the Despoiler is going to look like when revealed for this year. Yeah, it's pretty much a given that we're getting that. Everybody and their uncle and cousin and third aunt has said that we are getting that. It's been on the docket for like over a year now. It was supposed to come out like in the fall of last year is when it was rumored to come out, but it never did. So it'll be interesting to see if they upgrade it, if they do some different stuff with it. But yeah, I'm ready for it. And the fact that we got that cape that with the Twilight Guard last year as well, the summer of last year, and there's been different elements and pieces and parts that have been foreshadowing that character, that version of the character. We haven't gotten a Destro in quite a long time. I think the last Destro we got was the vintage package Destro. So we've needed another Destro for quite some time. So I'm glad that we are going to get one. I know a lot like Cobra, but doesn't it seem as though we are getting more Cobra vehicles than Joe? Like, yes. I was going to mention that, Patrick Bryant, because it does seem like we're getting a lot more Cobra vehicles. But I think it's going to turn the tides this year. I think we're going to get more Joe vehicles. Deluxe as hell with a bunch of cool stuff. Yes. Speaking of deluxe, make sure if you guys haven't pre-ordered the Hasbro Assault Arctic Hiss, you go on and do that. It goes out on the 4th of this month. So make sure you do that. If you're spreading your orders out, make sure you order your second ones as well. So we can try to get more types of pre-orderable TSMs, I think they're called. I'm not sure. Really nice break in design and color. You ordered your 2 already. All right, Sean Jones, great. I gotta order another one. Probably after this video is over, I'll go and order my second one. I think I told you guys my theory on this. I ordered one like this on the first day, which was a month ago, and now I'm gonna order one today because I want to see if they'll send them separately and they'll charge me separately. They won't charge me at the same time. So then maybe it breaks up the bills and the payroll and all that stuff. I don't know. It's just my theory. I'm going to try it and see what happens. And I'll find out next year when they ship, I guess. I won't know for a whole year if that worked out. But I like the color deco of Iron Grenadiers. I've always liked the color deco of them, the gold and the reds and stuff like that. And I can only imagine this gonna with Destro with the gold plated vac metallized head and all the cape and all the gear that he's gonna come with. Send at different times. Yeah, they'll probably send them at different times if I order them at different times. That's what I'm trying to do. Instead of having to spend $450 or whatever with taxes and shipping and this and that all at once coming out of my bank account, it'll come out with like 213 and then 213 because I have the Hasbro Pulse premium membership. So with the shipping, I'm hoping it works. good thing it is it shouldn't charge till December next year. Made to order opens a lot of doors to other vehicles. Order before it's too late. Yep, definitely. I want to get my second one. But I can only do this so often. So doing a HasLab in the summer, then the TS, what is it? The made MTS, made to order in the Christmas season. That's about as much as I can do in that scale. If they did more than that a year, I would have a difficult time. I'm hoping they only do HasLab in the summer, and a TSM or MTS in the winter season. Hey, Lenny Honda. Yo, Joe. Happy New Year. Thanks for joining us. I want a Vamp LOA. I just started this rabbit hole 6 months ago after retiring. Oh, Patrick. Okay. Yeah, Vamps are going to be a little tricky. There's a rumor that we may be getting another Vamp this year, a redeco, but it's going to probably be the Vamp Mark II. I don't know if they're going to go back to the well on the first version of the Vamp unless they make it a vintage or retro package design and color it differently and maybe give us another clutch in a more retro package design, which I don't know. I don't see them doing that. If they do that, then I would hope that they would do that with like the water moccasin and other vehicles that we should have already gotten, and maybe they could retro package them instead. The water moccasin is the main one of that, and maybe some motorcycles or a Zartan swamp skier and that type of scale vehicle. But so the gold is a really nice bright gold. I really like it. Stands out and it pops on this figure. And then they put the energy in there, the technology, computer effects on there. So we'll see what we get to go over that and see how it holds up. So we've got another red and black head. This one does not have any damage missing from it. This is the typical black red head that came with the vintage variation of the bat. Let's see, we have his backpack, which is the same backpack. It just has a little red deco with those hoses there. So we'll put that on his back. The cool thing about these bats is they're so similar that you can interchange a lot of these accessories, which I like a lot. Let's see. Welcome to the journey, Patrick. I am currently caught up on the complete line. Yeah, me too. I have probably 2 of every one right now, and then I have about 50 or 60 3s and 4s that I got that I'm probably going to be selling at my convention in April, and I'll talk about that at the end of this. That's exciting, Patrick. You get the chase aspect. I started at 4 Destro. Yeah, that's going to be tricky for Patrick because there are some rare figures that are going to be harder for him to get. Like the, since we're talking about bats, the Arctic bat, going to be a difficult figure to get. Snow Job, Snow Serpents, I'm trying to think. Storm Shadow, Arctic version. It seems like a lot of snow Arctic characters and figures are harder to find than most. The first Eel is kind of difficult. Kamakura is difficult. A lot of the Cobra Island Target exclusive figures are difficult. So if you're trying to get those, come to some conventions, come to Joe Fest, come to DFW, come to Kentuckiana. There's a lot of people selling a lot of classified stuff at decent prices. I have a lot of early stuff from 1 up to about, I don't know, 60 or 70 that I have that are triples and quadruples. So if you come to my convention in April, I'm in Florida, by the way, Patrick Bryant. So my convention is going to be April 19th, the Central Florida Joe Show. Some of those retro exclusives are pricey. Yeah, I know. Hey, Gunpowder, thanks for joining us. Is this your first episode, or have you been in the chat before? I started with the 00 Snake Eyes, pre-ordered, and it's been an adventure. Yeah, I did the exact same thing, 610 Yojo Daddy. We're on the same page. I am in Western New York. Oh, okay. So you're very far up north. So I'm going to stick with the regular glass. I've been doing the main glass for these. So I'm going to put the clear one so we could show a little bit more of that Iron Grenadier color in there. Let's see. Get it to go in. Oops, nope. Let's see what is wrong with this. Hope that stays. So I have this see-through glass. I gotta try to get the Retro Toy Con or Horror Toy Con in South Carolina next year. Good job. That's what you gotta do, because if you buy a lot of this stuff, there's a lot of people selling classified right now. They're selling their entire collections, a lot of people. So you might be able to get a lot all at once. Yes, sir. Just started collecting Friday before Christmas. Picked up a new inbox vamp and about 8 retros. Ah, cool. Thank you for joining us. I am more of a good guy collector, but have a lot of Cobras also. Ah, okay. There are a lot of Cobras. I really think the Cobras outnumber the Joes, to be honest with you. If I look around my room and I look at all the Cobras and stuff, there's definitely a lot more Cobras than there are Joe. That's just my 2 cents without actually counting. All right, so we got the see-through parts. Then we got a bunch of his accessories. Let's see. We have all the same accessories, just redecoed. Let's see. We have the flamethrower, gold this time. We have the claw, gold again. We have the acetylene torch, gold again, and the chainsaw with gold highlights. Let's see. On the figure, he's got all the same articulation points: the butterfly shoulder, double pin elbows, double pin knees, the foot rocker, the ankle articulation, the wrist articulation. He has the thigh and ab uh, um, uh, thigh and calf articulation. He's got the ab crunch and the crotch and leg articulation and the head as well. So there you go. All the same articulation points. He's missing 2 with the additional flexi wrist articulation and the secondary wrist articulation. He does not have that. Need clutch for the OG guys. Customized a rock and roll by painting his hair and beard black for a stand-in clutch for now. Hey, that's fine. Customizing is perfectly fine. A lot of people do that. I've seen some beautiful customs. Wanting the snake armor and claw. Yeah, they're really nice. I haven't gotten to the reviews of those. Hey, Evil Dookie, thanks for joining us. Happy New Year. Yeah, that snake armor is nuts. Yeah, it's beautiful. Everybody's saying hello to everybody. I haven't gotten to the review on that, but when I do, it's going to probably be one of my favorites. I really look forward to it because I did not open those yet, because we're still, the way we've done these videos is we're doing them based on the numbers. So I've been working on that since we started. Let's see. I have the blowtorch on that one, the claw on that one, and I got the chainsaw on that one. So that gives each of these a little bit of a differentiation on them. So there, and then you can put the claw. Well, no, maybe I'll put this blowtorch there. 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 I'll put the claw there. And the hand there. So I don't lose their hands. There. There. And we have the extra blowtorch, which there's not much I can do. I'm going to have to put that with my accessories, my loose accessories. And I'm going to differentiate him, I'm going to leave the Arctic, his Arctic assault, Arctic bat head on him to give him a little bit of a differentiation for him. So he looks different. So we have 3 extra parts for him. And then we also have his revolver, which all the bats have revolvers. Let me see. Patrick Bryan, love your work, Duke. Thank. And then he says, watching Sunbow Joe on the TV and Dave on my phone. Pretty good morning. Hey, that's very good morning, I must say, if I can say so myself. Thank you, Patrick. I appreciate it. Wonder if they will make a super bat. I would love them to do the super bat. What, from Sigma 6? I have more coming soon. Cool. Look forward to those. I'm working on a classified version of the Super 7 bat with a suicide vest. Oh, that ought to be good. I would hope that Classified would do that at some point. With all the bats that they've done, they're running out of bats. There's, I think, another bat after this one, the vintage style retro package bat. I might not be a super Cobra guy, but appreciate them. Would be all in on the swimsuit Baroness. Yeah, unfortunately, I'm pretty sure they're never going to make the swimsuit Baroness. So that's something you need to custom if you can figure that out. Evil Dookie, I'm going to check your stuff out. There you go, Sean Jones. So we got the gold and black revolver. It's the same revolver we've seen with all the bats. So it goes into this holster on his left leg. There. So that's in there. And there you go. So there's your bat. There's a lot of little gold touches, like on the feet. There's a little bit of gold there. There's a little gold on that holster on the left leg, and a little gold in the secondary belt there. There's little highlights in the computer area, all over the face with the neck and the eyes and all that. It looks really nice. I think that's one of the things I like about Classified right now. Surprised Super 7 hasn't done Swimsuit Baroness yet. Yeah, Brian Flint said they're not going to do that. Sorry to tell you, Lenny Honda. He has said in numerous interviews he's not doing things like that. He's making toys. He's not making lusting things for people to lust after. So the person that I recommend you go to if you want to get a Baroness, bikini Baroness, swimsuit Baroness, is go to Matt LaCroix, or someone that can take a O-ring or cast an O-ring from scratch and do a bathing suit version. You can also do Zorana in the pink bathing suit that she had. That's the thing about Super 7. So that's it on the accessories. So I'll put that over there. See. Love both heads on IG Bat. Got 2 so I could display one of each head. Hey, that's very good. That's what they get you on. They get you on that modulability, so you can make multiples, and they're trying to grab you for that fact. So they're doing their jobs. Gotcha. Exactly why I watched Dave. Great info as always. Yeah, it's a tricky situation, but you can get it if you really want it. There's ways to get it. Sean, check out his truck big rig, WWE GI Joe, great stuff. I gave my nephew a retro bat. He is 10 and loves it. Well, there you go. We need to get more children into the G.I. Joe brand. So if you guys have cousins, nephews, children, try to get them to invest in this brand and get off the computers, get off the video games, and try to get into G.I. Joe, because we need the next generation. I know there are a lot of kids getting into it from what I've seen, but it's really difficult. Right now for this brand, I don't know if I think the 60th anniversary fan base has really taken a hit, and they are not going to be around much longer. I hate to say that. Us real American hero guys are now getting into our late 40s, 50s, early 40s, and so on. And so we're going to be getting to that stage where it's going to be very difficult and to keep up with a lot of this stuff. And so we need the next generation. We need those guys that were the New Sculpt era, the Valiverse Venom, the Spy Troops, the 25th guys, all starting to come up. We need a lot of those kids to come up and get involved in this brand again with their expendable income. My 17-year-old twins collect Joe with me. Oh, that's right. 610 Yo Joe Daddy, you're the dad of 2 twins, and you collect with them. That's great. I'm very happy. The video I made of the hawk's nest, I gave it to my son. It's 4 feet tall, 4 wide, and 1 foot deep. Wow, that's pretty good. I buy lots of Joes for my 8-year-old grandson. He loves them. However, he also loves video games. Yeah, it's a double-edged sword, you know. But video games are one thing, but they can use the tactile nature of classified with the modulability, the accessories, the vehicles, and they could redo those video games in real life if they wanted to, instead of doing it with their thumbs on a controller. They can actually do that stuff in real life and physical capabilities outdoors. My son is into My Hero Academia, SH Arts figures. Oh, wow. SH Arts makes some really nice stuff. I have a lot of their Godzilla and monster stuff. 610, that's awesome. Keep the line going. Yeah. So let me get a stand. Actually, none of my bats seem to hold the stand. So I'm just going to try and get him to stand up here like that. Hopefully he won't fall over. There. I got them. But none of my bats will hold in the stand. Gunpowder, my daughter collects My Hero, Attack on Titan, and Dragons. Oh, cool. That is very nice. I think we all have different collections. So if you can get kids into action figures one way, maybe they can get into G.I. Joe through those other avenues. A lot of people started with Star Wars or Masters of the Universe or whatever, and then they got into G.I. Joe. In my age bracket, anyways. Unfortunately, imagination is low on the list for most children. Yeah, that's the thing, right? That's why I was very heavily into G.I. Joe, because I read the comics, and I was into a lot of military stuff when I was young. I was a little bit of a outdoorsy kid. I was in a like a youth group, a military youth group that was kind of like the Boy Scouts up in New Hampshire, the Cadet Rangers, and we did a lot of rappelling and canoeing and outdoors type stuff and survival training and stuff. And we competed against other groups in the area, the Navy group, the Air Force group, and so on. So we had competitions and stuff like that. So I was big into military type stuff in the 80s. G.I. Joe was something that got me into a lot of that. And then I read a lot of military comics, like I read G.I. Joe, Punisher, Nam in the 80s. So I was a big military guy in the 80s. And we all come into this slightly different places, but I did have an imagination, and I did play with my G.I. Joes outside. I've talked about it several times on here where I've I went through probably 8 different Ostrikers playing with outdoors because they were not sturdy. They were like models that had to be put together, and I threw them down the hill and had them out in the backyard. We had like a little river that went through our backyard, and we did all kinds of stuff, building forts, and did adventures out in the mountains and things in New Hampshire. I really did have an imagination, and I really did a lot of stuff. I didn't have a lot of Joe friends. I had one friend in one of the towns that I lived in that had the flag, and we would go to his house to put stuff on his flag. Um, your daughter did buy Pimp Daddy Destro from my classified. She loved the deco and burning money. Yeah, he's a really nice figure for the early years. That Pimp Daddy Destro is one of the better ones. Highly recommend. Scouts learned a lot back in the day. Yeah, yep. There you go. Learned a lot in the infantry also. I'm sure you learned a lot more in the infantry than I learned in my cadet rangers and all the stuff that I did. But kids don't do any of that type of stuff. Parents are so protective of their kids nowadays. They won't even let them go outside without tracking them on their phones. They don't go out on adventures with their buddies in the neighborhood and do stuff or go out and play. I don't know. It's a sore subject with me because I'm like, I don't know. Kids were sturdier back then. They could go out and scuff their knees. They'd be all right. They could go out and ride their bikes or play basketball or do all kinds of different things, play different games leading up to night and stuff like that. We did hide and seek and tag and different type versions of those type games that were more adventurous and stuff. And kids nowadays, I don't know. It's a sore subject with me. I don't have any children, so I live vicariously through my nieces and nephews who are now just getting into their early 20s, 21, 22, 23, and none of them did any of that stuff. They're all indoors computer kids. Yep. Drank out of water hoses or the stream in the backyard. Like I said, I had a beautiful stream at the crook of a mountain range in the back of my yard in New Hampshire. I lived up in the mountains of New Hampshire, so it was Newport, Bennington, Peterborough. New Hampshire is the area I lived towards Vermont on the south northern, let's see, the left northern side. My kids were fully and safely trained on AK-47s, AR-15s, and 9mm handguns by age 10. Love the outdoors, play sports, and collect action figures. There you go. Sounds like you trained you brought your children up really good, 610 Yojo Daddy. I applaud you for that. New Hampshire is a beautiful state. Yeah, there's a lot to do there. I lived on the southern side of New Hampshire when I moved from Massachusetts to New Hampshire. We call that northern Massachusetts, like Salem and Derry and Nashua and all that area down that way. We call that southern Massachusetts when I was living in New Hampshire, in the south part of New Hampshire. People might not like that, but that's what we used to call it, because there was a lot of people from Massachusetts that brought their families up to New Hampshire, the southern part, and it was a nice suburb of Massachusetts, and you could do a lot up there. At that point, there was malls, there was all kinds of fun things you could do. I used to drive my bike to the movie theater, and we had a movie theater on the other side of town where I lived, and me and my friend Scott would drive our bikes there, and it would be an all-day trip. We see a movie, we'd go to the mall, get some food, and then drive back, and it was just fun. It was just a good old fun time. We used to dam up the creek so we could swim. Yeah, I did that with my Joes. I dammed up my creek so I could do different adventures and stuff and drive across it and stuff. I don't think we had um, um, those kind of creeks that wide. Swimming, I did in a pool because I was on a swim team for many years in New Hampshire when I lived there, and I was also on track, and I did a lot of track meets and stuff. Gunpowder Nitro, Tennessee. Cool. So our next video is going to be another addition to the Dreadnoks, and we got a big boy coming. You guys could probably figure out which one it is. It's going to be 135 in the classified line. So this is going to be a really nice video because it's going to be a chunky video with lots of out there Mad Max type stuff. I like that aspect of the Dreadnoks. I'm glad that the classified line are doing that with this line, adding that Mad Maxian element. And I hope if we do get a Thunder Machine, they add some more Mad Maxian type elements and not just go with the vintage version, add some different buildable modular parts that you can take that would be maybe in a junkyard, add this and add that, and make it interchangeable and modular better. Awesome gunpowder. My family settled in Knoxville in the late 1700s, and I currently live in Alabama, but I'm a ball for life. Interesting. So if you're in Alabama, come down to Florida for my convention in April. I don't know. Depends on if you live in the south part of Alabama. I don't know if you can make it through Florida to where I am for my convention or not. Thanks for the stream, Super Dave. Hey, you're very welcome, Patrick. I hope you guys have had a great time with this, talking about our childhoods and us going out and having imaginations and exploring the world. Savage Orange. Okay. So what else? So me and 610 Yojo Daddy, we're going to try to do an anniversary video this weekend, hopefully on Saturday, if we can get it worked out, for the 200 subs and the 250th episode of my series, the G.I. Joe New News Review channel. So I look forward to doing that. It's going to be fun. We're going to open up some Street Fighters. We'll do top 10 best vehicles in that. We'll open up some classified fun stuff in that video as well. And I hope a lot of you guys can join us on Saturday. I think that's probably going to do it. You're going to message me this evening, 610 Yojo Daddy. All right. You know how to get in touch with me through Messenger, David T. Allen. Lenny Honda, take care, Dave. Thanks for the show. Hey, you're very welcome. I hope you enjoyed it. This is a short episode, so I didn't expect it was going to go that long. Dave, orange is the color of the Tennessee Volunteers college team. I see. I gotcha. I travel through Tennessee quite often on my trips to Kentucky because we have family up there that we go to visit probably once or twice a year. So I'm always in Tennessee at least a couple times a year, but I was not aware of that. Thank you very much, Patrick. I'll remember that in the future. All right. So thank you guys again, everybody in the chat, for contributing and adding to the conversation and getting involved in these chats. That's what I love about these chats. And it's just like hanging out with a bunch of friends, like-minded friends, G.I. Joe collectors. And I love it when everybody can get involved after the fact with the replay crew. Thank you there as well. We are going to be doing lots of stuff this coming up this month with some new things. So keep an eye on all that. And thanks again. I appreciate it. Happy New Year's to all of you. And this is a Cobra Iron Grenadiers video. So we're going to go with Iron Grenadiers rule. Yay. See you next time.